Hey, good morning. It's Friday. It's Groundhog Day, February the 2nd. Um, I don't know if the groundhog's going to see his shadow or not, but how does that go? If he sees his shadow, I don't know, winter's over? Or is it if he sees his shadow 6 more weeks of winter? Um, Either way, winter will be here till it's over. Uh, I hope whatever it is, winter is done because it's been a cold winter. It doesn't matter where you've been in the south or in the north, it's been a really cold winter, but happy Friday to everybody. Let's see what the temperature is here this morning. What's the temperature in DeLand, Florida?
In DeLand, it's mostly clear and 56, with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 68 in the forecast.
Yeah, 56 ain't bad. Now, she said 68. I just watched the local news, said it was supposed to get up 75. Who do you believe? Do you believe our Google forecast? Hey, it's whatever it is, but they don't always get it right. Hey, you like my new background? Look at this. I found this. I thought I'd put it on the television, the tropical fish in the background. I thought it looked pretty cool. And so I thought I'd stick that up there this morning to celebrate Friday. Have a nice, relaxing tropical aquarium in the background on it. Well, let's go for a joke. Let's see if Google's got a better joke. They've been pretty bad lately. Let's try this one, see if it's any better. Tell me a joke.
Where do horses like to hang out? In their neighborhood.
In our neighborhood. Okay, won't you be my neighbor? Oh, that was crazy. Yeah, I was thinking about some maintenance, like vehicle and house maintenance. We talked a little bit yesterday about the vacation and traveling and things breaking down, and the everything out there needs to be maintained. A long time ago I heard this phrase: "Everything that you own owns you," and really that's true. Um, Anytime you have something that requires something of you, whether uh, it's maintenance, taking care of things, our vehicles. We have a car and a motorcycle. And we also have our road truck, and our vehicles require to maintain them. And one of the main things in a vehicle is changing oil. The oil is the lifeblood of your engine, and so you need to maintain your oil. We like to change our oil about every 3,000 miles. And some of these synthetics, you can go a little bit longer on them. But I still, in the old school, about every 3,000 miles, that I change the oil. And I don't do that anymore. It's really for these quick oil change places. Uh, it's not all that expensive, depending on the oil. I mean, the synthetics run more, but for me to crawl underneath there and change an oil and filter and to dispose of the old oil, that's it's no fun. The older you get, those stuff is harder to do. So we just go ahead and do it. Now I do change the generator oil myself in the road track, and it's really pretty simple to do because it holds exactly 1 quart of oil, and it doesn't have an oil filter. And so you still have to lay on the ground. You have to get underneath there. You pull the plug out. You drain it out till it's good and dry. Put it back in. Add another quart to it. And you're done. And you've only got a quart of oil to dispose of, so it's not quite so bad. So I change it about every 100 hours in the generator. We use our generator quite a bit, so usually sometimes twice a year we'll change oil. Sometimes not quite that long. Maybe it's 3/4 of a year, but depending on how much we run, we haven't been running quite as much recently. Summer months run it more so because we run the AC a lot in it. So maintenance wise, tires need to maintain the pressure. Batteries, if they're the type that have the water in them. You got to keep the water up in them, and so these are things that you need to maintain all the time in your vehicles. Um, in your home's the same way. There's some certain amount of things constantly needs to be maintained. The house here a week or so ago, we've had some trouble with the pressure switch on our water well, and it's like points on the thing that contact, like the old points in the old cars where they had distributors. Um, they get they pit and they stick, and so I had to change that pressure switch on there. Sue has her swimming pool she enjoys, and right now it looks terrible. If you look at my video today, it's just green. Don't use it this time of year, and it's harder to clean those things when you can't get inside of them along the outside. So a lot of times it does just shut it off. And in the spring, what we'll do is just get a bunch of chlorine and dump it in there, and that green will go away really fast. It doesn't take it that long, but it looks pretty nasty. I suppose if I was hanging out on the deck more, get it cleaned up just so it looks good on it. But this year, it's been chilly enough. I haven't been hanging outside as much, That should be changing here shortly. Usually we hit February, our weather starts getting better here in Florida on it. So but that requires maintenance. The camper, the road trip, has all these systems inside that require maintenance. It's got water lines, it's got the air conditioning, it's got a heater, it's got just all these different things. It's got microwave and stove, and at times those all required maintenance. So they all require something of you. And, excuse me, that phrase I said the other day that things that you own you, after a while, that kind of sunk in. Every time you go out and purchase something, it's going to require something of you. Even food. Today's grocery day. We're going to go. I don't really like grocery day, but we're going to go down and get some food. But that's going to require us to go purchase it. It's going to require money to purchase it. We have to go through the store, pick it out, bring it home, put it away, and then we'll eat it. So even that requires something of you. I don't know if it's maintenance, but it's supposed to maintain our bodies. Without the food, we're not going to last too long, So, anyways, that requires something of you. We're going to be trying a new. I know a lot of people don't like Walmart, and per se, I'm not a Walmart fan, but they're generally cheaper than everybody else. That's why we go to Walmart. But our town here, we got one of these. What do they call it? The neighborhood store, some superstore or whatever. It's a new Walmart with just groceries only. It's like a Walmart grocery store. I don't know if they have any other stuff or what they have, but it just opened here. It's been a week or two ago, and so we're going to give it a shot this morning and see what this new Walmart general local store is about. It's they built it down here in the south end of town, and they put one of those roundabouts. I don't know if you're all familiar with a roundabout. It's where, just around the circle, one car enters the roundabout, and you're supposed to, the way it is, it's all about yield. Now, this is the thing that a lot of people haven't got the concept of is yield. If you're going down the highway and there's a lane merging into your lane, you're already on the road. There's a sign there that says yield. The car coming on is supposed to yield to you until they can safely get on. Now you watch it. Next time you go down the road and you get by one of those and there's a car coming, they don't know what yield means. That means like, hurry up, get in front of the guy that's coming, and push around you. And that's people's mentality on yield. That isn't what it means. Yield means the guy that's in the main lane has the right of way. You yield to them, you slow down. Sometimes you'd even have to, believe it or not, stop if you had to and let the other guy go. He's yield, he has the right of way. But anyway, back to the roundabout. That's what the roundabouts are all about, is yield. You enter this circle as you're coming into it. you yield for the people that's already in the circle. You go around the circle till you find the spot you want to go off on, and then you go off that circle. And again, it's all about yielding. Now, if you remember Chevy Chase and his, I think it was Lampoon Vacation, and he was over in London, and he got in that circle, and he couldn't get out of it. He went around and around and around and around and around, and there's Big Ben, there's the Parliament, and he couldn't get out of that circle. So these circle things, a lot of people hate them, you know. Uh, and I think they're okay. I can't say I'm fond of them, but I think the reason people don't like them is because they don't understand how to use them. You know, yield. You know, that's what it's all about. Yield. When it's your turn to get into the roundabout, you proceed and you go around it. We've got two of them here in DeLand now. There's one just west of town and one now south of town. One west of town, there's an intersection out there, and you know, it was never a busy intersection. I don't know why they always claimed it was, but you know, I've been out in that area hundreds and hundreds of times and never seen this intersection that busy. But the sad part was, someone ran that light there and hit somebody, and there was a fiery crash, and two young children were killed, and the grandmother, and you know, it was a horrific accident. And this is when they decided he was going to put a roundabout there after this accident happened on it. And you know, I've been out through it since they put the roundabout, and I can't say it's that bad, but you know, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. You know, put that stupid cell phone down and quit texting and stuff, and pay attention to the road. That'll distract you on things like that, so you realize when it's your turn. You know, I mean, that's anytime you're driving, you don't need a cell phone. Shut it off, put it down. You don't need it. You know, it doesn't apply when you're driving, and so that's some of the things that would throw you off on that type of traffic situation on it. You see Cassie sitting behind my shoulder there. You know, you ever notice she gets in the video because she's one of the lucky dogs. She's itching again. She's a little better, but she had these skin allergies, and she gets it itching. And you know how it is. You get a scratch, and you start scratching it, and it just keeps on scratching. That's what happens with her. And they come and go. She gets them now and then she'll get better for a long time. But she'll get these skin allergies on it. I get allergies in you notice the last couple of days, my throat's been really rough. Well, I'm allergic to smells and stuff. My neighbors like to have a fire pit. And boy, I tell you what, as soon as they do, I know I'm going to have a rough couple of days, and they do it at least once a week, you know. It just messes my whole chest up. My chest hurts, and same with perfumes. A perfume will just tear me apart. I'll be 2 or 3 days just sick. You feel miserable. Your eyes burn, your throat hurts, your chest hurts, and you know, they're just horrible allergies, and it's hard to deal with. It's because a lot of people don't know it, but a lot of people don't even care. They know that you have a problem. They'll wear it anyways, you know, and that's not being fair to someone that has a. I always say it's like, maybe just take a bat and hit me on the head, because if you know it's going to hurt me anyways, so let's do it, you know. And anyway, that's allergies will mess you up. Dogs get allergies, and we get allergies on it. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a better day out today than it has been. I said it's been. We get, you know, houses down here when we have tile floor. It's like an ice box. The cement gets cold, and it holds that coldness in, you know, and it takes a couple days of warm weather to get that back out of there. I was watching another video the other day. A guy was talking about these junk calls you get on your phone. Now, I don't have a cell phone. I have a cell phone, but it doesn't have no service. Sue does. We have just the one. Can't see where we need more than one, but I have another on my cell phone. I have a service that works through the internet, and I've had this number for years, and it'll work as long as you have internet connections. And I rarely ever use it. But if have to pass out a number, I'll pass out that number for junk, you know, junk that people is going to bug you with. But the do not there's a national register do not call list. You can look it up on the internet and you put your number in it, and it's a federal thing. It doesn't cost nothing. You can register your number, and it's supposed to take away the unwanted numbers that people are calling you with junk. Now, what I get on this other phone I have, I get all these calls about healthcare insurance. Get ready to turn 65, and go to the mailbox. My mailbox is bombarded with, plans that you want. This plan, that plan, this plan, that plan. Who knows what plan would be what you want? It's like the plan I want is the one that don't cost me nothing, that pays everything, and if I need the hospital doctor, they take care of it. So I don't go to the doctor, and I've never been to the hospital in my life, so I'm not planning on changing that just because I'm going to get Medicare, as I turn 65. That won't change a bit. I've never found a need to see a doctor. I've 65, made it all the way. Ain't dead yet. But anyways, that's another. Not only get those things in the mail, you get them on the phone and just constantly trying to sell you something, or you sign up one. I was interested in solar once, and I filled something, and they wouldn't go any further. So you give them a number, so I give them this other number, and they call and tell me about solar. And since then I've figured this stuff out. You start researching something. It's like, well, I say I want to learn something about this or that, and through the research process, sometimes you have to put a phone number. They won't go any further, and you do that, and then they bug you, and that's generally what I've got that phone into. So just out of curiosity, yesterday I went and registered that one on. It was already on the national do not call list, and so I registered it again. I don't think it does much to change it. I see laws all the time. There's a lawyer here locally will advertise, we can get you $1,500 per call if unwanted calls. And well, I don't know, I'm skeptical about that. If they're going to be able to get you, that'd be good. All these calls I get, man, I'd be rich. Get $1,500 a call from all this junk calls. You'll get those calls from credit cards. They'll call you and act like you're wanting to tell you something about your credit card. And it's funny, you get that, get this one that says they want to talk to you about your credit card debt. Well, the joke's on them, because neither Sue nor me have a credit card debt. We don't use credit cards. Only we'll purchase something from them, generally online or whatever, and then we pay that off every single month. We don't run up a credit card. I years ago, when I had this credit card, and I had, purchased a TV or something. I had like $2,000 on it, and just paying the minimum payment, going along, and so I got looking at it one day, and I'd been paying on it for a couple of years, and it's like I owed just about every penny that I originally borrowed on it. I wasn't gone nowhere. It would have took me 50 years. Cassie said hi. It'd take me 50 years to pay that off. And so what I did is I paid that off and made a vow to myself on a credit card. If I can't pay that credit card off every month, I'm tearing it up. I'm getting rid of it. Because why would I want to pay that much more? You buy an item, say $100, and you end up paying $700-800 for that $100 item. It's no good. So we don't use credit cards in that way. It's like credit card is just a convenience. Go to the store, buy it in a month, pay it off. Or buy something online and pay it off too. So that's just anyone out there that uses credit card, if you can possibly do it, get rid of them. Or use them. Like I said, pay them off every month. And I know emergencies come up and all that stuff, and you need to use them. But what happens is, if you get those paid off and you put some money behind the money that you was wasting on paying interest on a credit card, you can put that in the bank, and then when that emergency comes up, you have that money for the emergency. So it's just a good way to handle your money. And I've always been pretty good at handling money for a poor guy. Never was making much money in my entire life there, but I was able to handle it very well. And I really think I could teach people how to handle money. The problem would be that a lot of people wouldn't like how I would do it because I have different things I don't do that save money. Just simple little thing is I don't stop and get a Coke or coffee. I don't do that. It's very, very expensive. You add it up. So those are little things that save money. I'll do a talk one day on saving money. And if you have any comments, leave our comments below. It's like and kind of enjoy these morning chats there. I get up in the morning, have my coffee, and I always like it when people join me. You come by, stop in, say hello, and if you're not a subscriber to my page, you popped in here, hit the subscribe button there. And also, if you notice, there's like a little bell there when you subscribe. If you click on that bell, make it look like it's ringing, what that'll do is whoever you subscribe to, if you want to see something like I do these morning chats, it'll remind you and then tell you, hey, I got a chat going on and you can join us, and have a discussion. I'd love to have people stop by and give their opinions, give a subject to talk about, and we can go off on that. I don't know that I know everything about it, but we can talk about it. It's kind of like a couple old guys sitting down at the coffee shop, drinking their morning coffee and discussing what's going on for the day and what's been going on around the world. And a lot of junk in the world. I was seen yesterday where a 12-year-old girl went into school and I don't know if she killed them or what. It's just, I can't believe this. Hardly 12-year-old kids killing kids, but it's ridiculous. But anyways, that's what we can talk about. Don't know if we can change the world, but we can talk about the world. So this is about 20 minutes. I try to keep these around 20 minutes, not to get too long. So go out and enjoy your Friday. It's Groundhog Day. I hope the groundhog sees his chattel or don't see his chattel as whatever he's meant. I never could keep that straight which one it was. So I hope it works in your favor and the weather gets better. That's what we're after. So enjoy your Friday and we'll see you the next time.